Be ready. We are stepping into a powerful energetic threshold, a space where the universe is quietly preparing for an irreversible shift. The week from June 8 to June 14 is not just a span of days. It marks a turning point in the collective energetic field. You might think the climax has already passed, but everything you've been feeling so far was only the prelude. This week, the recalibration begins, not out there, but within the timeline of your inner world. The silent turbulence may rise, making everything around you feel unfamiliar. People you know suddenly seem distant, emotions surge without warning, time feels oddly distorted. But don't panic. This isn't chaos. This is a cosmic reordering. And when that happens, logic won't be able to guide you. Only intuition will show you the way. If you've recently noticed old patterns resurfacing, past emotions returning out of nowhere, then you're already syncing with the frequency of this week. What's approaching won't announce itself. It will arrive like a breath, quiet, deep, yet powerful enough to transform you at your core. And remember, this isn't just a spiritual awakening week. This is a full vibrational restructuring, and when you cross through it, you may no longer be in the same energetic state as before. If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. The universe is knocking at your door. Before we dive into the astrological movements from June 8 to 14, I only ask 3 small things from you. If you're feeling this frequency, please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss upcoming messages, and leave the number 444 in the comments as a quiet affirmation. I'm ready to align. Share this video with someone you think might need it. This might be the most powerful spiritual gift they receive this week. Now, let's step into the very first focal point, June 8, where a cosmic gate has already begun to open and a brand new journey is waiting for you. Even if you're watching this video after June 8, don't worry. The energy from that moment is still resonating, because in astrology, not every gateway closes just because a new day begins, especially not with powerful planetary movements, like what happened on June 8 this year. The day when Jupiter and Mercury united in Gemini, not just an astronomical event, but a convergence of intuition and intellect, of profound wisdom and healing words. In Vedic astrology, this moment is known as Graha Yuddha, a vibrational dialogue between 2 major planets. You may have already felt it, a spark of inspiration in your mind, a conversation you thought had ended suddenly tugging at your heart, or a connection that once faded now calling you back to complete what was left unfinished. That's the ripple of June 8. And even if you didn't recognize it then, it has been quietly leading you to this very point. And if that energy is reaching you now, know this: you're still on time. Because June 8 is not about regret. It's here to show you that a gateway has opened and you're still standing right in front of it. If June 8 brought clarity to the mind, then June 9 feels like a sudden reversal. Everything gets deeper, darker, and emotions become harder to control. The moon has just left Libra and entered Scorpio, the sign tied to the most intense and hidden layers of emotion. Even though it's not yet a full moon, its light is nearly at its peak. And that's when what you've been suppressing starts to surface. But what's truly special today isn't just Scorpio itself. The moon passes through Anuradha Nakshatra, a region representing soul friendships, loyalty, and deep bonds. Yet when combined with Scorpio's instinctive, obsessive energy, loyalty can become control, and attachment may turn into deep jealousy. You'll no longer be able to hide your feelings, whether you want to or not. And when emotions rise, communication becomes a challenge. The square between Mercury and Saturn makes it difficult to express your thoughts, or you may feel like no one truly understands what you're trying to say. Every conversation seems to hit an invisible wall, creating a lingering sense of frustration. That's not all. Mercury is also squaring Neptune, distorting intuition and blurring the line between what's real and imagined. What you hear today may not be accurate. Information can be misleading, emotions may exaggerate things, and your trust may begin to waver. Be cautious, because what you think is truth may only be a veil of fog. Relationships are not exempt from these challenges. Venus squaring Pluto stirs up intense, even extreme emotions. A simple word, a glance could trigger old wounds you thought had healed. And if you're in a vulnerable relationship, today may be the day when truths can no longer be hidden. Everything becomes even more volatile as Uranus opposes the Moon, pushing emotional states into highly unstable territory. Sudden changes, unpredictable reactions, or anger without clear cause, any of these might arise. Minor issues today could become explosive, and it's vital that you recognize this before it's too late. Meanwhile, another subtle shift is occurring. Mercury and Jupiter are both positioned in the Moon's 8th house, the zone linked to hidden matters, unprocessed wounds, and even metaphysical energies. This is a clear message from the universe. Pause and turn inward. If you find yourself wanting to retreat, go quiet, or simply disconnect from the world, know that this is not breakdown. It is a sacred invitation from the cosmos to reflect, to listen to your heart, and to ask, where am I in this emotional journey? You can meditate, journal whatever's running through your mind, or just be alone. Because today is not for action, but for checking whether you're truly ready to step into the next phase. And these signals will become clearer by evening. Restlessness, sleeplessness, and vague anxiety, these are all aftershocks from the still open 6/6 portal. And in that very silence, the universe is whispering to you, what do you truly believe in? What are you still hiding? And who do you really trust? The answers don't need to be spoken aloud, because the way you respond today will shape your energetic state for tomorrow. And by the morning of June 10, everything that's been waiting beneath the surface today will begin to reveal itself, not through logic, but through true emotion. June 11 arrives like a silent blade, not loud, but sharp enough to cut away what no longer belongs. After the full moon, when wounds have been exposed, today is the moment the universe acts. The moon leaves Scorpio, enters Sagittarius, and reaches Mula Nakshatra, an energy field guarded by the goddess of destruction, Nirti. Mula's symbol is a tied bundle of roots. And today, what's needed isn't surface fixing, but total uprooting. Whether it's a habit, a belief, or a relationship, if it no longer nourishes you, it will be released. That's why today you may feel unfamiliar, scattered, as if a part of you is being pulled out from within, not because you're lost, but because the old part of you is preparing to leave, so the real part of you can come back to life. The energy today is not just intense, it's profoundly transformational. The moon is passing through Gandanta, the karmic knot between water and fire, where old emotions are burned for rebirth. You may feel confused, disoriented, or empty, but remember, this isn't collapse. It's a sign that your inner structure is being reconfigured. At the same time, Jupiter and Mercury, the duo that conjoined earlier in the week, are now forming a 7th house axis with the moon, like a conversation between two sides, emotion and intellect. While you may feel submerged in disorientation, a silent yet clear channel of insight is opening. If you're willing to let go of what no longer fits, you'll begin to see the path ahead. Today, every strange dream, every coincidence, every offhand remark that hits you in the heart, they all carry a layer of meaning. It's not a coincidence. It's the current of awakening brushing against the reality you're living in. And if you're still enough, you'll be able to feel that message fully. But before the gift appears, you need to walk through the fire of purification. Don't go to sleep tonight with a heart still clinging to what's already over. Be silent, place your hand over your chest, and say to the universe, no flowery words needed, I am ready to let go. I don't need to hold on anymore. No elaborate rituals required, just honesty with yourself. Because when you open your eyes tomorrow, your energy will no longer be the same. A new frequency, lighter, truer, is waiting for you to step into it, and everything will begin again from the root. After a stretch of emotionally intense days, June 12 unfolds like a gentle breath. As if the universe understands you're exhausted, and now it's time to sit down, breathe slower, and listen. The moon moves from Mula into Purva Ashada, a nakshatra ruled by Venus, the planet of love, harmony, and healing. This is a field of energy marked by forgiveness, heart-based connections, and tenderness after turmoil. Though the echoes of previous upheavals still linger, today the sky feels more breathable, opening a space for forgiveness, empathy, and honest conversations. Supported by a harmonious alignment from Jupiter and Mercury, communication finds its way back. What once felt impossible to say may now find a way out, not through logic, but through sincerity. And trine from Venus adds warmth to relationships that had cooled. Bonds you thought were lost may resurface, not through promises or conditions, but simply through listening. If you've been waiting for the right moment to speak, to make amends, or to say what's been silent for too long, today is that day. And as June 13 arrives, the moon enters Uttara Ashada, a nakshatra no longer soft, but deeply constructive. This is the energy of responsibility, sustainability, and maturity, ruled by Saturn, the planet of foundations and discipline. Today is the moment to reflect on what you are building, not just for tomorrow, but for your long-term future. Whether it's a relationship, a project, or a personal direction, this is the day to set a solid foundation. Ongoing support from Jupiter helps you stay clear and compassionate as you make decisions. There's no need to rush, only to be honest and transparent with yourself. By the afternoon of June 14, the moon enters Capricorn, where Pluto awaits to activate a deep, silent, but powerful emotional transformation. This is the final touch of the cycle, when emotions are stabilized through reality and the heart regains its grounding. At the same time, the sun officially enters Gemini, approaching Jupiter, marking the start of a new cycle for intellect, communication, and spiritual awakening. However, don't let this fresh inspiration make you forget caution, because today also sees Mars squaring Uranus, generating impulsive, erratic energy that can easily knock you off course. If you're standing at the edge of an important decision, postpone it. Rather than act, today should be the final day of inner work before entering the next phase. Meditate, journal your intuition, take a walk in nature, or simply enjoy a quiet afternoon alone. It will help you return to your deepest clarity. Because after everything, what's coming next is no longer a test. It's a real opportunity, if you're steady enough to receive it. We have traversed a week in which the sky did more than shift planets. It stirred the deepest layers of every soul. From June 8 to 14, this was not just another week in an astrological calendar. This was a cosmic emergency signal, a call to return to your inner truth, a reminder that everything you are feeling carries a message. Sudden headaches, tears with no explanation, emotions you can't trace just washing over you. None of it is random. It's your energetic body trying to adapt to the new frequency the universe has just opened. And all of this upheaval began with a push from the square between Mars and Uranus, a flash of inner shock that forced you to confront what you've been avoiding, an emotion suppressed too long, a truth you knew but dared not face, something that grew so big it could no longer be ignored. But the purpose of all this is not to scare you, it's to make you stop, because sometimes, to truly understand life, You need to pause, not keep running. This week, in the turmoil outside, you are being called to hold stillness inside, not through force, but via a wise silence, where you don't seek answers, because you already are the answer. Meditate, pray, write down what you hear within, or simply sit, eyes closed, and listen. Because during these days, your soul sensors are expanding and your intuition becomes sharper than ever. You might sense what someone is about to say before they even speak. You might dream symbols that feel deeply meaningful. You might keep seeing repeating numbers or uncanny coincidences that defy explanation. And no, it's not a hallucination. It's the universe speaking directly to you, no longer whispering. All you have to do is pay attention, because from June 8 to 14, the universe's time gate is wide open. Some things will end abruptly, some new things will begin quietly, while you may not notice them. When you stand in the middle of these shifts, you may hear the call, start again. But this time, it's not an impulsive choice. This time, the beginning comes from an inner compulsion, not an external desire. And that's why everything you choose this week, your path, the person you trust, the words you speak, will define the next energetic cycle of your life. For some, this marks the end of an old circle. For others, it's the activation of a soul contract, a connection, a stranger, a glance that makes your heart race. None of it is random. Because the souls entering your space this week may be familiar frequencies from past lives. You'll recognize them, not through memory, but through your heart. And if you think, I've known this person somewhere before, you're right. Not in this lifetime, but somewhere along your soul's journey. Remember, this week isn't for your mind, it's for your intuition. You might not find answers right away, but you'll feel what's right. You don't have to understand it all, because you are becoming the answer. To those already walking in light, this week's energy will unlock profound transformation. To those still running from themselves, it will act as a mirror, reflecting back what you've been avoiding. But don't worry, because whatever appears in your experience this week is ready to leave you. You may find yourself craving solitude. Crowds may feel overwhelming, yet silence becomes a gift. And within that empty space, you may begin to feel the presence of your truest self. If you can, step into nature. Feel the earth beneath your bare feet. Walk, breathe deeply, and whisper to the universe, I am ready. Because this week, the universe only opens the path for those who have done the inner work. The journey from June 8 to 14 isn't just a sequence of days. It's a portal of soul evolution, and not everyone crosses it. But if you feel it, if you listen, if you dare to walk through, the door will open. And then, each morning, instead of letting energy pull you, set one simple yet profound intention. Today I choose to align with love. Today I choose to live by my soul's sacred plan. These words may sound gentle, but on the energetic level they create waves powerful enough to shift reality. And you'll know everything that happened this week happened for a reason. You are not alone. You are part of a design bigger than you ever imagined. All the shocks, waves of emotion, and closed doors were preparing you to ascend into a new frequency. This isn't just an astrology week. It's a portal to soul evolution, and to pass through it, you don't need more knowledge. You don't need more logic. You just need to hear your inner calling, and if doubt still lingers, return to silence, because sometimes the deepest guidance doesn't come from answers. It comes from simply being present,